Peace, y'all. It's your boy Vinny Venom and Commission Cypher, episode motherfucking 7. We live in the flesh at the Hydro Bar. Shout out to Tim, Junior, Senior, the whole staff, the whole family. We up here getting hydrated the right way. Make sure y'all visit them, hydrobar.io. I got the crew here today, but I got a special guest up in here, man. I got somebody who, I guess you could say controversial, right? I guess you could say...
Is the truth controversial nowadays?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not at all.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely it is.
So
100% it is.
I got a special guest up in here. I got a fighter, a battle rapper. I got a guy who's really about his shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to step to this man, you better come with your best shot. I got King Bau on the spot. What's up?
Hey, appreciate you having me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for coming through.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. I got producer T-Rav in the spot. What up, G? I know you ain't got a mic today, but how you feeling?
Big chillin'.
This guy big chillin'. That's his thing. Hey, we gonna have to talk about that. I got my comrade Fu up in here. What's up, baby?
What's up?
How you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed every day.
Man. Hey.
Yes, sir.
Amen to that. And I got Grizz Grounds in the spot. What up, G?
What's up? What up?
Man?
What up?
Been a minute since you been up here?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Little vacay?
Oh, a little bit.
Little bit? All right,
Chilling.
dope.
Took some time off.
Dope. So we're gonna talk a lot with King Bau today, just about his basically genesis of his career. I know there's a lot of things that you've probably seen him on social media trending. The Jimmy Kimmel incident, which we're gonna talk about. I'm intrigued about that. I want to ask you a little bit about that, man. That was interesting when I seen it. But I took a lot of liking to you because you're not afraid to get out there and speak. A lot of people, for whatever reason, we might not ever know, but they don't speak the truth, right? They scared. They scared that they could be blackballed, right? They scared that, they could be shadowbanned. You call yourself the shadowban god, right? So I love that you keep going. You feel me? You don't let no one stop you. You keep going.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I appreciate you coming up here, man, for sure.
Always, man. Always.
Man,
Attention. Everybody seeks to get attention, but not a lot of people know how. And if you have a reason as to why you're looking for attention, I think that's the most important part. I fight to eradicate childhood malnutrition from the planet. A lot of people don't know what that means, but the drink that I handed out to you guys, which is right here, it's called Focus Plus. Every time you drink that, you nourish a child with a technology called AceMannan. AceMannan is the world's most researched natural molecule that you've never heard of. And what it does is it increases stem cell production naturally in your body. That one does it by up to 400%. So every time you drink that, you nourish a child. We donate 1 serving per serving that you drink to a child in need. We're partnered with the ex-president of Mexico, Vicente Fox. We're partnered with some of the royalty in Uganda. We're partnered with world leaders around the world to eradicate childhood malnutrition. When we get 3 million people taking 2 servings or more of this a day, all of our different product line, we will effectively eradicate childhood malnutrition from the planet. That's why I started fighting. I started fighting because I knew it was going to be a platform to be able to talk about this, because I was given my career back by this stuff. We have an all-natural anti-inflammatory that lowers cellular inflammation by up to 47% in 90 minutes. Wow. And I was told I'd never compete again. I was wrestling at the University of Minnesota, #1 college in the nation at the time. We were national champs that year as a team. And I got hit in the head, and I was told I'd never compete again. And within 2.5 weeks, I was medically cleared to wrestle. So I said, I know fighters, I know football players, I played ball. I was one of the top players in Minnesota history in running back, set the prep bowl record for most carries in a prep bowl game. And I knew that I could impact the world. So why are you getting attention? I think that's going to matter more moving forward than ever before.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of people like Jake or Logan Paul or whoever you want to put in that pedestal who might be selling bullshit to kids.
Bullshit.
You know?
That's, to me, the craziest thing, is these guys got the most insane platform. Millions of people found them. I see it on TV all the time. Prime.
Yeah.
You look at the ingredients. You look on the back of that motherfucker.
Sucralose.
It's poison, bro.
Yeah.
So they distribute poison to the kids by masking it as some type of attention-seeking tactic.
Bingo.
It's
it's
terrible, bro.
I'm in the direct. So we're in a hydro bar. Hydro bar is, Kagan, water, Kangen. And the thing about that is it's direct sales. Direct sales has made more millionaires than really any other industry. It's not even close, right? And when you understand the distribution model, you can see how it can impact so many people's lives, because you have to help people. You have to add value to be able to sell your product. That's the entire point. And now, if you're also familiar with the direct sales industry, I've been in this industry for 10 years, been coached and mentored by some of the top people in the industry, you'd also realize that there's been some companies who are not here anymore, who were billion-dollar companies who had those exact same ingredients in their product line 5-10 years ago.
Right.
They're not here anymore. So it tells me that the world is shifting, especially as everybody's all Maha, make America healthy again. Well, very, very soon, your favorite influencers, your favorite celebrities are going to have to answer for what they have pushed onto you by gaining your attention and using their influence. That's why I tell people I'm the influencer to influencers. Why? Because very soon it's going to be, how many children are you helping by selling your product? Oh, you're not helping any children by selling your product? Then I don't want to hear about it.
Right.
I don't care.
Get out of here. Right.
Yes, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And that's where we're going to corner the market. So people have to get ready and prepared.
Can I just say something here? I think this is great. Not only is it helps in growth of stem cells, correct?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, I've been thinking about getting stem cells recently, you
Really?
know, and I think a lot of people have, but that's super expensive.
Bingo.
You know,
now
super expensive.
he's talking.
And you got to travel, and the places you got to travel to are pretty iffy. And I mean, this thing is amazing.
You've
feel
never
like
heard of it?
I should have heard of this.
Think
a long
about it.
time
Think
ago.
about it. Why is this? Why is AceMannan $200 million of research? Think about that.
Yeah.
$200 million of research over 25 years of it being documented for what it does. And I'm talking about anything that has an immune response. Think of anything that has an immune response. That's cancer.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's everything.
Yeah.
And it's been documented to, I'm not going to say heal or cure or treat.
Yeah.
What I'm going to say is it helps the body heal anything that has to do with the immune system.
I believe it because they recently just cured diabetes. They said through stem cells, you know, in China. So
everything.
That's reported. I don't know. Don't
quote
get me on that one. You know.
I mean,
but this is great because
Yeah.
it's helping children in two ways. I feel like.
Bingo.
You know, because
Here's the story.
Not only
Yes.
not only is it going to help to hydrate these children and these countries, but also it's helping people to not take stem cells, and stem cells come from babies,
Yeah.
so it's saving those babies.
So AceMannan stems from the aloe vera plant. It's the healing property found in the aloe vera plant. It's called a long chain polysaccharide, which means it's a sugar. It's mannose, AceMannan, AceMannan.
Yeah.
So essentially, Sam Castor, our CEO, founded a company about 20 years ago called Manatech, which is still around today. Manatech is still around today. It was the fifth fastest growing company in the early 90s when he brought it to market. After they did $200 million of research, because they couldn't get it approved as a drug. You want to know why they couldn't get it approved as a drug? Because it didn't show toxicity to the human body. For a drug to be essentially passed, they have to pass an LD50, meaning it has to kill 50% of the mice that they're working on, or show toxicity to 50%, so that they can tell you this is how much it's going to take to kill you.
Believe that shit, bro?
That
So
makes
here's
sense
what happened,
because
yeah.
that way they have another product to sell you to combat that.
Yeah.
Bingo.
That's
So
the
here's
loop.
what happened.
That's
So
the
here's what
loop they
happened.
put you in.
They couldn't get it approved as a drug because it only made the mice healthier. And it was naturally occurring in nature. So he had to take it to market as a nutritional supplement. And then they became a $4 billion company, the 5th fastest growing company in the world. Then they got attacked by the FDA because they were starting to do incredible things. When you increase stem cell production, miracles happen. So 20 years ago, people have maybe the big C word. And they even have the studies to be able to show what this does in the human body. They have a website that literally has the studies for everything. The $200 million of research, everything backed. And they had people's testimonials that were coming to them saying, hey, my dad, he can remember again after... My dad can talk again. We haven't had a conversation with him and hey, we aren't experiencing this anymore. And this was, we were spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to try and get treatment for this specific thing. And so they have a whole website for testimonials and pairing it to the research and the science. The FDA came and said, hey, this is a couple of years ago, and this is why my CEO got sued in his first company. They said, hey, you're selling a nutritional supplement and you're making medical claims.
Of course.
So because you're a nutritional supplement and you're making medical claims, we are now not only going to sue you, but if you don't take all of that research down from the internet, we're going to shut down your entire company. You now cannot sell AceMannan backed by that science. So they had to take down the website, and that destroyed all of their sales. Every single, the U.S. Olympic team was on this shit back in the early 90s and the 2000s. We have a bunch of Olympic teams on this now, doing studies to show, not only does it speed up recovery, but it makes you the best athlete that it can. Why? Because when you increase stem cell production by up to 400%, what do you think can happen? I've only got younger the last 10 years. I could show you pictures of me 10 years ago when I wrestled at the University of Minnesota. You'd think I'd be in the best shape of my life in college. Not even close. It's not even close. I used to have crazy allergies.
Breathe now.
Some people know me as having some of the best cardio in MMA. Well, how is that? Food technology. Tony Robbins says the next $1 trillion industry will be the de-aging industry. His new book is called Life Force.
I believe it.
His new book is called Life Force. It came out 2 years ago. If you haven't heard of Life Force by Tony Robbins, everybody go look that up. He says in there's 3 ways that are going to create the next $1 trillion industry. You want to know what those are? 2 of them: lower cellular inflammation, increased stem cell production.
Bingo.
Our entire product line.
That's dope.
That's what we do.
What got you into that? Obviously, given that you
A head injury.
The head
Injury. I mean, I was already in direct sales, so I was doing a travel company that's now not here anymore. I got started in a company called World Ventures.
Okay.
Was recruited by a top 15 income earner who went to the same church as my dad for 40 years. They grew up in the same area, and he did insurance, and he was real successful. I hated his family. I hated his family growing up because it was like the rich. They were the rich people of our community.
Riches.
You know what I mean? I grew up in a trailer home.
Right.
And then we moved to the farm that my dad grew up in because his mom or his dad died and his mom gave him the farm. You know,
okay.
I came from nothing. You know what I'm saying? I saw my parents become middle class.
Right.
And so now I got I'm not going to say the last name of that family, but I see these guys, come to Sunday school or Wednesday night church with their nice clothes and fucking, I just hated them. I hated them so much. But here's what happened. He lost everything and then some. And then he built back everything up in 4 years and nobody knew how he did it. Like this guy had his own private plane, his own underground heated swimming pool. I come from the sticks. I come from a farming community. Nobody really has money out there unless like you're him, or there's another family that have money. There's only a handful of families that have money.
Yeah.
And so after a 4-year period, I come back from college, my first year, and I just go to church to make my parents happy. You know what I mean? Because my dad wants to show me off because I'm D1 now. I'm a college athlete. I'll go back and I'll shake hands and I'll kiss babies. Right. I see a brand new something pull up into the parking lot, and I go, what the fuck is that? Like, who's driving that? Oh, lo and behold, who do you think's driving it? This gentleman. Yeah. And I go to my dad. I'm never going to forget it. I go, didn't he lose all of his money? Like, didn't he lose all of his money like 4 years ago? You were having Bible studies with him. The church was praying over him and stuff. Like, how did he make, isn't he supposed to be poor? He's like, no, he's actually doing real well, better than he was doing before. That stuck with me because I always wanted to get rich. We didn't have shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I asked my dad, I was like, you've been his friend for how long? It's like 40 years or so. I mean, we've grew up together. We've gone to the same church ever since we were kids. You don't know what he does. My dad's like, no. I have no idea what he does.
Never asked him.
Here's how it happened. Next week, I'm at the University of Minnesota, and I get a call. Random call. Ring, ring. Hey, Joel, it's Tom. This guy. Saw you at church last week. I'm going to be up in the cities next week. I want to sit down with you and share some ideas with you on how maybe we can help you pay for your college tuition. Does that sound good? What?
Right.
No. So, sure as shit, he comes up the next week, sits me down in my dorm room, and shows me my first network marketing company. And I couldn't believe that's what he did to make money. You know, he's telling me 12 years ago. He said, Joel, this is going to be the wave of the future. Everybody is going to do this model coming forward. All the richest people that you know are already starting to either invest in this model or do this model. And here's why. Time for money. Do you want to trade your time for money? No. So what if you could have a company do all the research for you, do all the science for you, and then pay you a commission based off of you sharing it with other people? Yep. You're now the advertisement. He said, this is why YouTube is going to be one of the biggest companies on the face of the planet. That was 12 years ago. He's telling me this. And mind you, this guy, I hope you never see it. He was retarded.
Yeah.
He was dumb.
Yeah.
Which is why when he's telling me this, I'm looking at him like,
the fuck?
But he's making sense.
Right.
So if he is making sense, and I know I'm a smart motherfucker. Like, I know I'm street smart. I know I have personability. He had no personability. Zero personability. Could not sit down with you guys and have a conversation at all. So I'm like, all right, so this is real, supposedly. How much money can you make? He's like, well, would you like to see my check? And I grew up conservative. You don't ask to know how much money people make. And this dude is telling me straight up, hey, let me show you how, like, I'll show you my cap. You want to see it for last month? Yeah. He pulls up the thing. I don't know money at that point. Like, I don't know money, but I can equate things to like video game consoles, right? PS3 or whatever, PS2. Right. So pull it up. Never going to forget it. It was like $38,063. And I was like, that was for like last year? And he goes, no, that was for last month. What?
Yeah.
What? He's like, and the only way I can be successful, and this is how he got me. He said, the only way I can be successful is if I help you. Is there any reason you wouldn't want to do this with me? I called my dad up immediately. I said, Dad, I'm about to go into business with Tom. You know him. I need the money to get started. He said, okay. Done. And that was my journey. That's how I started. So I've been looking at now TikTok affiliate shop. Everybody's trying to make money off of TikTok. Yep. Doing what? What I got criticized for 10 years ago. Wait a minute, you're trying to sell me something? Wait, are you trying to make money off me? Are you trying to sell me something? Now TikTok affiliate shop. Hey guys, here's this great product. And it's like, now I get it. Now I get it.
That's dope. See, and that's what happens when you come from where you come from.
Yeah.
And information gets passed to you.
Bingo.
It's all about what you do with the information.
Facts.
So,
yeah.
Nah, salute. That's dope. Mm-hmm. And I agree with you on that side. It's like it's helping kill two birds with one stone, right?
Social business will be the wave of the future. So what we do that's different from direct sales is we do what's called social business. Very, very soon, and Sam Castor is quoted saying this for the longest. If you don't attach I want to make sure the mic is good. If you don't attach a social cause to your business moving forward from 2025 on, you are now doing malpractice in your business. Your business, if you're making billions of dollars, let me say this again. If you're making billions of dollars and you're not helping anybody, did you just see what happened with DoorDash? DoorDash just got caught taking tips from their
from their drivers, bro.
Yeah.
For real?
They're $55
they got
billion
caught
company.
taking money from their
16
people,
million
their
in
drivers,
New York.
bro, and
New
they don't
York
give them a wage or nothing like that. That's all tips, bro, and they got caught taking their tips.
New York alone, 16 mil. That's just in New York. We don't know anywhere else. So if you're a $1 billion company or a popular company moving forward and you don't attach your business to a buy one, give one model moving forward, you are now going to get ran out of business. So not only do we give you healthy energy, not only do we help you replace spending and save money and get healthy, every time you drink our stuff, you biohack your body back to optimal. You're literally de-aging and you're saving children. If you can't compete with that, exactly. Our first company, Sam Castor's first company, he made over 1,000 millionaires. We have maybe but 2 millionaires in our company right now. Exactly. My goal is to be a billionaire from this company and live off of 1% of my income and donate the rest because fuck all of you who could have. That's how my legacy is going to be remembered. I'm going to make change. That's why I'm here. That's what we're
you
going to do.
can catch me at the local CVS slinging some AceMannan.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Hey, watch this.
I got that stuff that hasn't hit the market
Hey,
yet.
open up Iran. Open up Iraq. We're not.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're not there yet.
yeah.
We're open in 18 countries.
Heck yeah.
We're the top leaders in countries. Fuck with what we do. Vicente Fox.
You know, I was thinking about that, what you just said, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I think it really is like who you align yourself with now that really gets people to go into your market. But now it's kind of having a reverse effect with some companies on who they choose to align themselves with.
Bingo.
You know, so I'm just putting this out there. Somebody needs to make something to compete with big brands and go against their marketing campaign.
It's already done, right? Watch this. Do you drink coffee?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you drink coffee, why wouldn't you drink a coffee that not only increases stem cell production but saves kids? Oh, we have a coffee. Hey, that's another that's another $1 billion market. This ain't even. I gave you guys focus. That's the fuel on the end of the table there. That fuel. That was an award-winning product 10 years ago. There's no product on the market that's in CVS right now or any big brand store that can absolutely compete with what we do. That increases cellular energy by 64%.
That's insane. This one right here.
Yeah, without increasing lactic acid or free radicals. So 10 years that's been out and you've never heard of it.
I never heard of it.
Bingo. So, bro, we already have all of the markets cornered. It's just a matter of now of people wanting to get out and share the information. We have all the research and the science. I did a documentary on my friend Skunkle Phil. You talked about the Jimmy Kimmel Challenge. That was the Where's the List? What you doing, Jimmy Kimmel? Where's the list? We made a hit song out of his video of him calling out Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah,
and
break that down for me because I want to talk with you about that, right? Because I didn't see it live; it was happening, but I seen something you had posted. How did that shit start?
So it started when I broke the internet. So I broke the internet 2 years ago. So here's what happened. I was gonna fight this dude, and it was after a loss that I should not have taken. I was completely exhausted, going on this NFT thing with my buddy for 3 months. I got the most unhealthy I've ever been. I was in front of a computer over 100 hours a week. It was disgusting. Sleeping maybe 3 to 4 hours to read NFT charts because we thought it was going to be the next craze. And so we were in Solana before Solana was like what it is today. Right. We were at the precipice of Solana. So we're like, okay, here's how you read the charts. And I got so sickly and so unhealthy during that run. And then Dana White, looking for a fight, just so happened to be coming up in 2 weeks. And they called me and this other guy, and they said, hey, whoever wins this fight not only gets a contract with the Nelk Boys, but because they knew who I was, this was for me. This was for me. This is my opportunity, right? But you're going to get signed to the UFC. Dana White's going to be there. So I ain't no bitch. It doesn't matter if I'm not healthy. I believe I'm the best in the world. I went out to train the week before with my coach because my coach told me about it. It might have been like 7 days. I might have had 7 days notice. And I come out and I got the biggest cold sore in the world on my face.
Damn.
Right?
You going through it.
I had 2 fucking cold sore outbreaks in the span of 2 weeks, bro. I was
you with?
No, from wrestling, bro. No, from wrestling. Just like everybody.
Who were you wrestling with?
Let me say this. Everybody that does combat sports has mat herpes.
Yeah.
Everybody in combat. I got it from wrestling. We had a herpes outbreak. You can actually go look this up. I think it was in 2008. They had to shut the state of Minnesota wrestling down for 2 weeks.
God damn. How am I knowing about this
Because 46 people, including myself, got it from what's called a tournament. It was a tournament called Rumble in the Red. It happens every year in Fargo, North Dakota, where it's one of the biggest tournaments of the year. They have like 40 mats out, and like it's a multi-state tournament. And then they'll crown a champion. So it's like to see who's the best of like surrounding states. And the year I got it in my mouth. It was like I don't even know if it was that, but it might have been that. It had to have been that, where my tongue had like holes in it. Like it was eating holes through my tongue. It was eating holes through my lip. Because they say the first time you get it is the worst time. Right? And so I fucking felt like I was dying. I'm never going to forget it. I had to stay home from school. It was like my fever was 103, 104. It was terrible. Yeah, and so that was when I first got it.
I got a bunch of jiu-jitsu buddies and everything. Let me just say this. We've been drinking on numerous occasions. And these motherfuckers said nothing about this shit. Ask them. Fuck you.
No, ask them.
Fuck you. Yeah. I'm pushing y'all motherfuckers drinks aside from now on.
Bro.
So ask them.
They never told me about
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was more, like I know about the ear thing,
Yeah,
It looks like
every
you
combat,
managed to avoid that.
If you,
Yeah.
A little bit. Mine's on the inside of my ear.
Okay.
So like it's hard for me to put in earbuds now.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's But I just was dealing with it. And you get herpes, like you get outbreaks from stress.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
So to get 2, I've never had 2 in the span of 2 weeks. That means I was cooked. That means my immune system didn't matter how much of this I was drinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I was sickly.
Yeah.
I was going through it. Sitting in front of a computer, not getting sunlight, like I look like a ghoul. If you go back and you watch that fight, it was my fight against what's his name? I don't even care about his name anymore.
I know. Yeah.
If you go look at me compared to like what I look like in a normal fight, I look terrible. You can see it in my face, but I never turn down a fight. Why? Because I fight for children, and there's children dying every day in other countries due to malnutrition. So who am I to turn down a fight? You see what's happening in overseas right now in the Strip? Mm-hmm. You see what's happening? Children and people are dying every day in a war zone. Yep. I live it privileged.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm privileged. It don't matter if I'm hurting.
Right.
It don't matter if I haven't been training for 3 months looking at NFTs. What matters is that I step up when the call comes in. Absolutely. So if you watch that fight, First round, I'm edging it. I'm pretty much clearly winning. Second round, I died. Couldn't keep the gas going. Lost that fight in front of everyone. National television. That event was for me.
You cut a promo of a lifetime, bro.
So here's what happened. After that fight,
crazy.
no. So after that fight, I had a rebound fight. I needed to get back on the winning column. Mm-hmm. I've never taken an easy fight, and this was my first one. And no disrespect to my opponent, Reese, but we all knew what it was. He had to lose. I went up a weight class, and he still had to lose 60 pounds in like a month to fight me. Wow. And he was 1-3 at the time, or like 1 in whatever. I've only fought killers up until this point, people with actual records. I'm here to fight the best. I believe I'm the best in the world. I'd fight John Jones tomorrow. I don't care. I want all the smoke all of the time. That's who I am. That's how my brand has been built, off of being a real motherfucker. Yep. I pride myself on that. So I knew that I was going to win this fight, and I knew I wasn't going to be proud of it. That's the real story. Knew I wasn't going to be proud of it, so I had to go viral. So here's what I did. I told the world, I was going to tell the world why I lost my last fight. I had two herpes outbreaks in the span of 2 weeks, and I was doing it all to launch my NFT.
Right.
And I fight to eradicate childhood malnutrition. I'm a master hypnotist. A lot of people don't know. Hypnotism is my shit. I've been studying the subconscious mind, power language, reading personal development for years. I know exactly how to get people's attention. Mm-hmm. I know exactly how to put people in trance. So what did I do? I say, yeah, my last fight, I had 2 herpes outbreaks in the span of 2 weeks, and I'm about to launch this NFT, and I fight to eradicate childhood malnutrition, knowing what? Everybody was going to take the herpes outbreak thing.
Right.
The next day, the New York Post, TMZ, the Daily Mail, everywhere. Everywhere. Chris Brown was sharing my shit. Conor McGregor.
Chris Brown got herpes, right?
That's why you don't put
he
your
was
shit
like,
out there.
yeah, bro, I ain't the only one.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck.
Conor McGregor.
Oh, shit.
Bro, I was everywhere. I broke the internet. There wasn't a place that you couldn't find me.
Right.
And everybody at that time was looking at me. My coach was like, Joel, what are you doing? Like, what are you thinking? Like, I'm like, but he knows me.
Right.
He knows me. He knows my mind.
Right.
He said, Coach, that was the layup. That was just, I'm about to hit this out of the park. I just need one more fight. So the next fight 4 months later, I win. And one of the people that took that was Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel I was testing the universe. I was testing the world. And I was also exposing the mainstream media. You didn't hear that I fought to eradicate childhood malnutrition and have a tangible way to do it? All we got to do is get 3 million people, which isn't hard. Right. All we got to do is get 3 million people to take 2 servings or more of this a day, and we eradicate childhood malnutrition from the planet. 7 million children die every year from malnutrition. That's easy. I had 60 million views off of Twitter on one post, and that was a year after that happened. So Jimmy Kimmel decided to run with it. And at that point in time, he seemed like the biggest and easiest target. I heard the Breakfast Club also ran with it, and I'm glad that I didn't hear that the Breakfast Club ran with it, because I would have loved to get at Charlemagne. Like, I would have loved to just own the Breakfast Club. That would have been awesome. But somebody said, hey, Joel, you made Jimmy Kimmel. I saw him talking about me, talking about the herpes, not talking about the malnutrition. Right. So I started the Jimmy Kimmel. So the next fight comes out, and I say, hey, Hollywood, the mainstream media, until they release the flight logs, you're all pedophiles to me. I fight to eradicate childhood malnutrition. Broke the internet again. Destroyed it. Biggest interviews, biggest post-fight interview of all time. Any organization, any league.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Of course you do.
I remember that.
I won UFC.
I was following the Epstein stuff like crazy.
I was on UFC. I won UFC Fight Pass Interview of the Year.
Yeah.
But here's the crazy part about it. They took it down the day after it went viral.
Of course they did.
UFC Fight Pass took it off their UFC Fight Pass Twitter. I just told you I did 60 million views in like 3 days on Twitter after a year after I said that. The clip still goes viral. I just got tagged in it yesterday. You know what I mean? It goes viral on Twitter every week. Every week it goes viral, right? So all of that was to expose the Jimmy Kimmel Challenge. Was essentially for 46 days I called him out.
Yeah.
And I said on TikTok, I said, hey, until he responds to me, we're going to assume it's true. We're going to assume he's one of these pedophiles.
Right.
Oh, you ain't got to assume nothing.
I understand.
I don't like his face.
I understand. I understand. But that was the premise. And so and so people ask me why 46 days? I just Babe Ruthed it. I said in 46 days, he's either going to respond or he's not. Day 46, I show up outside of Jimmy Kimmel studio. and we just troll.
Yeah.
And we just troll. And the internet caught on and they went crazy with it. And then that was going to be my first 1 million view video on TikTok. And as I'm going viral, they ban the account. As I'm going viral, they absolutely ban the account. And so I've been banned from, if you search the Jimmy Kimmel Challenge, it has like 11 million views on the hashtag on TikTok to this day. But if I've made my 9th TikTok account, I just made my 9th TikTok account. They banned me on my 8th one with 184 followers. They banned me with my last one with 500 followers. So like now they won't even let me get going. What they'll do is they'll flag my video anytime I post it. If I use my King Bau hashtag, if I use the Jimmy Kimmel Challenge hashtag at all, what they'll do is they'll ban it after a minute. Then I have to appeal it. And so after I appeal it, they'll always let it go through, but now it can't go viral. So it's genius. That's why it's Shadowban God. I'm the most viral person on the internet. I believe I would have I'm followed by Andrew Tate. I'm followed by Dan Bongino. I'm followed by all the biggest content creators in the world. Right. InfoWars, Alex Jones, all these guys. And yet nobody else knows who I am. How does that make sense? How does it make sense that the most Googled man in the world follows me and knows who I am, likes my shit, reposted me before, but I can't get over 50,000 views on Instagram, and they've been pulling back my Instagram followers. I can't get over 150 story views on my Instagram.
You know what's wild is I remember one time after I had followed you from my account, I wanted to show somebody one of your videos, and I was searching for you. I could not find you.
Of course.
So I don't know what length I had to go, but I had to go find it on a different device and find you.
Of course. They unfollow. They'll people will send me pictures of people getting, they just randomly unfollow me from their account. They're like, bro, I had to follow you again. I don't know what's going on. That's why I use the hashtag Shadowban God, because I show it all.
Right.
I show it all. Because that's the only way to combat this is to war.
Right.
And just be like, bro, okay, you want to shadow ban me? I'm going to show them that you do it. That's why I called out Mark Zuckerberg after my last fight, or after 2 fights ago, and I said, I'm shadow ban God. Hey, why did you boost a pedophile network on Instagram? You're going to shadow ban me, but you boosted a pedophile network on Instagram.
And it's wild, too, because you're using these platforms. Like, people love combat sports, right? I mean, it's got to be one of the top sports in the world, right?
Yeah.
So you're using the opportunity you have in the post-fight interviews and things like that to speak that truth. Well, and to me, that's honorable of you, because guess what? Anybody who gets shadow banned, they don't ever want to get shadow banned again. It's like for you, it's like, fucking ban me. You're still gonna get your point across.
You seen the 7 Deadly Sins anime?
I haven't seen anime, no.
Okay, anybody watch that? No one? Okay,
No.
7. Okay. Escanor, for anybody that's seen 7 Deadly Sins. Long story short, it's an anime of this dude that, like, he's a weak, like, kind of like brittle man, but he's what's called the 7 Deadly Sin. So he's super powerful, and he's one of, like, the chosen knights. Like, and when the sun hits high noon, he becomes the sin of pride. And when he becomes the sin of pride, nobody can fuck with him, and he just becomes like this monstrous muscle, handsome like dude, and then nobody can. That's me, bro.
Okay.
My pride is crazy. I just told you I would fight the best fighter who's known as the GOAT today.
Yeah.
If he called me up and said, you want to scrap? You want to prove what you're going to say? Well, I'm going to stand on it. Regardless of what happens, I'm going to stand on it. Yeah, absolutely. Why? Because I have to.
Right.
I have to be real.
Absolutely.
I didn't get into fighting to not fight John Jones.
Right.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I came to Albuquerque to train with him. I'm not happy that he's not at our gym anymore. I was the first person to know he wasn't going to be at the gym, because me and my coach have rapport like that, because I worked my way up into becoming the dog of the gym. You understand? There's a reason why nobody wants to fight me. There's a reason why people will only fight me on short, or I have to take short notice fights. Nobody's going to give me time to train. Why? Because they know that if I'm focused, I've been focused on music, fighting, battle rap, NFTs, business, all this other stuff. All my coaches want me to do is fight. They said if I just focused on fighting, it wouldn't even be close. Yeah. That's it. They want me to put down the internet, put down all this other stuff, and just focus on fighting. I can't. I have too much pride. I'm going to make it I'm going to become the biggest artist on the planet being shadow banned, being the most shadow banned. I'm going to be the best rapper on the face of the planet being the most shadow banned. I'm going to save the world's children and become a billionaire and help other people become millionaires and billionaires in the process, saving children. And nobody's going to stop me.
Stop you. That's
That
gangster,
is the
bro.
point, bro.
That's so dope.
While becoming the best fighter in the world.
You know what's crazy is the segue into to the next thing I want to talk about is battle rap, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, it seems like you set out to do something, you accomplish it, right? Because that's your strength, right? So, what made battle rap for you the next outlet?
Bro,
during
I've
that
been
time?
doing battle rap. Like, people don't know. Like, I was a Netsy. I was on the internet early. I was a Netsy. I was on, in 4th grade, my buddy Ben. He was the white kid that wanted to be Eminem. You know? He was the white kid in a small community. He was the white kid that wanted to be Eminem. He comes to me, he's like, Joel, did you know we can rap on the internet? I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you can do this thing called text battling. I was like, what? Text battling? He's like, yeah, you go on these things called message boards,
Right.
and there's these communities online, and you can battle people online. So in 4th grade, I'm going on like to these message boards and finding as many as I can and just trying to battle people via text, right? And you would have the community vote on it, bro.
Those Twitter fingers back then.
Bro, it was big.
dope.
It was big. Rapforums.com,
Yeah.
rapforums.com used to have a text and audio battling league where they would pay out thousands of dollars. It was a tournament every year. It's a real sport, and it's a real art to it. There's actually an art to it. And I learned the art to it I actually ended up moderating a site that at one point in time had, I think, 30,000 active members. And I worked my way up from being just this little peon, but I was on the site all the time, that the chick who owned the site literally gave me admin properties. She's like, you're on here all the time. I need to step away. I got some personal stuff going on. Would you be the admin of this? Like, we're doing great. We're killing it. You put in your dues. Like, that's all I did. I come home from school, message boards.
Damn.
Rap forums, message boards, building teams. Like, you know what I mean? All of it.
Right.
That's what we were doing. And I ended up becoming like, I only lost, I think, twice on the side. I was like 36-2. And the 2 people that I lost to, I was in a crew with, and one of them was my mentor. One of them was a guy named Dez, who I idolized. To this day, my son's middle name is Day Golden, giving him props because he was the one to teach me how to write. He taught me metaphors, similes. He had this fucking and again, this is how much impact this stuff has on me.
Right.
That I named my sons after a guy who took the time on MSN Messenger to be like, yeah, bro, I see what you're doing online. I see that you're really passionate about this. I'll take time to literally teach you.
That's dope.
You know?
That's
and he taught me everything, bro. So not everything, but like he helped
He
formulate.
gave you the foundation.
He helped formulate my mind. Then I got into audio battling, right? Because like that was the next step. Text battling wasn't good enough. Like, okay, I know I'm a shit at text battling, but now I feel like I can act like that was the Lil Wayne era.
Okay.
That was the Lil Wayne era where Lil Wayne became like my GOAT.
Yeah.
Or like at the GOAT at the time.
That was
I'm Me.
T9, in
For
case
I'm
y'all,
Me?
y'all forgot. That was T9 texting.
Bingo.
Motherfuckers don't know
What
shit
is it?
about that.
I'm Me. I'm Me.
Yeah.
I mean, I would listen to that song and always just be like, I want to be so good that I can make a better song than that, or I can make that level of song every time. That was my goal.
Was he your biggest inspiration on the rap side?
No, Jedi Mind Tricks, Vinny Paz.
Okay.
I love Vinny Paz because
Yeah.
like it was like I love the idea. I was a horrorcore rapper.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I love getting into horrorcore because horrorcore was, let me tell you what I wasn't a gangbanger. I grew up on a farm. You know what I mean?
At least you know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of these battle rappers, they
No, I'm not
gonna
gonna
go there, but
But hear me out. I'll whoop your ass, one-on-one, straight up. I will make you look like a bitch, and I will out-rap you. It's not even going to be close. Similes, punchlines, metaphors, all of that. So what ended up happening was, as I was doing this audio battling stuff, I started to I need to find my voice. That's what they said that you needed to find.
right.
So I don't remember if it was like fifth grade or sixth grade. Me and my buddy Jake, this is where I found my identity. My friend Jake, he's this crazy redhead, still my best friend, one of my best friends to this day. And we're riding around town in the town over that had the mall. Because I come from a town of 700 people, right? And over across the next town was like the mall, the Target, my church, and it was like the bigger school, right? And so we're riding our bikes around town one summer day and just living free. And I saw these 3 Mexican dudes outside of a Hardee's with people around them. It's like, you know, and as a kid, you see, you know, yeah, that's exactly what it was. I didn't know what it was, right? So I start walking up, and all of a sudden they're rapping. And this dude looks at me, because I'm the only African-American, and at that point in time, I didn't wear socks. I hated socks. I hated wearing socks growing up.
Right now,
I hated wearing socks. And he looks at me, he's like, something about got no socks on or something. You know what I mean? And everybody looked at me. Everybody looked at me and they're like, go.
Huh.
And I didn't know what they meant. They're like, you can do it, you're black.
Oh, man, they hit you with that.
And I was like, what? And the fact that I couldn't go, the fact that I couldn't just do whatever he was doing, I got on my bike and I left. And I'm never going to forget that feeling, bro.
Right.
You asked me what made me battle rap, what made King Bau, that moment. I talked about it in my battle with Daylyt. I talked about it in my battle with Daylyt. I got on my bike and left. And I went home mad. I used to have an anger issue. I was heated at myself. And I went on these message boards and I said, rapping off the top, I didn't know how I wrote it, but essentially I figured out what freestyling was. And then I printed off how to freestyle. It was this whole long forum of people talking about freestyling tips. And one guy said, you get a mirror, you set up a camera, and you turn on a beat, and you go. And you watch back after every time. Bro, do you know how many times I broke things afterwards? Because you would sit there, and I would have to watch myself struggle on camera. It would make me cry. It would literally make me cry just watching myself not be able to do it. And I hated it, but I would do it every day.
Right.
I hated the mirror, bro. I hated the mirror. Now I love it. Now I love it. It taught me how to learn how to love the mirror. Yeah. It taught me how to learn how to love what I'm creating off the top. And this was my first successful freestyle. I was sitting around one day after I was getting it. I was rapping on a Jaquan Hood Hop.
Everybody was jumping on that
shit. Yeah, that was a hard track, right?
Right.
I was rapping on that, and I was freestyling, and then after the beat turned off, I was just kind of sitting there, I was happy with myself, and I was like, yo, with my name in your mouth, whisper it, because you ain't worthy to say it aloud. Joe Bauman. What did I just say? And I just kept doing it. Mm-hmm. I was like, yo, with my name in your mouth, whisper it, because you ain't worthy to say it aloud. And I was like, I found my voice. I didn't know what that was, right, but that cultivated into everybody knew me as Joel Say It in a Whisper Voice Bauman. I used to do these things called whisper remixes on my first little YouTube channel, where I would literally rap over, whether it was Drake's Over, whatever the hot beat was. I did something to Mac Miller's Donald Trump, or whatever that song was. And there were whisper remixes, and before every one of my songs, it was Joe Bauman. And I'd always hit him with my tag. So today, when people watch my live streams and they hear that lion voice, well, when I started making beats, I accidentally, I would always put Joe Bauman on all of my beats, and I accidentally hit like 12 octaves, like I actually semi-toned that down, and all of a sudden it just went, Joe Bauman. And I was like,
that was it.
That's King Bau. And that's when we started, like, over the years, I started making my own beats, killing my own beats. And
you got a couple projects on DSPs. I was seeing a couple singles, right?
Yeah, 100%. And
you, I had seen you working with United Masters, right?
Yeah.
How you like that, man? How they treat you?
I mean, I use them because it was, I did DistroKid, I did TuneCore for a while, and like I just thought at the time that they were the best for what they did, and so I like United Masters, but I like the fact that like now, just with music in general, I can control it.
Yeah.
That's
the key thing.
all of this, all of the talk that I just did was to cement the start of King Bau. When I was in college, I had to give up everything. I gave up everything. The NIL, you guys know what the NIL is now? Now these guys are making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
I gave up my scholarship at the University of Minnesota because I put up a song on iTunes and it went against the amateurism rule. If you haven't watched The Business of Amateurs, it was the #1 documentary on iTunes in 2016, all done by college athletes. And so what ended up happening is I got hit up by a guy named Bob DeMars, who was doing an expose on the NCAA in 2016, saying, hey, you were an athlete that had to give up your scholarship because you want to do rap music. When I put up my song on iTunes, it hit the amateurism rule. NCAA athletes couldn't get paid for their likeness, for their name.
Bullshit.
Now I'm King Bau, or Bau man, don't you hear the name of a king? Long as my name in your mouth, it keeps making me things. I said that in 2012 when all that was going down, and that ended up becoming the theme song for The Business of Amateurs, my song called Won't Back Down, which ended up being a smash for that film. And that film is the reason why we believe the NCAA created the NIL.
Yeah.
So I, in tandem, knew my worth all the time and have shown over the years that I'm never going to get shut up, bro. That's why in that song, if you guys go listen to Go for Stars, Bau man, don't you hear the name of a king? Long as my name in your mouth, that keeps making me things. That was in 2012. That's now what, 13 years? How many years is that?
Yeah,
13? Yeah. Okay, I said that 13 years ago. Now I'm King Bau. Now it makes sense.
Yep.
Now people are starting to catch on to the vision, which is exactly why it's very interesting. You talk about battle rap. Now people are going back to the Daylyt battle after they're getting my mind, after they see the intricacy of my mind, and they're going, oh, King Bau was saying some shit.
Right. Let me ask you about
Even Daylyt, he'll tell you straight up, yeah, bro, that was a great battle. It was a classic.
Shout out to Daylyt, man. He one of those battle rappers, or just MCs in general, who his mind is so incredible.
Kendrick gave him a shout out.
Yeah, at the Grammys. Yeah, that's insane.
So what does that tell you? And
Daylyt
looks at me as a fucking top writer in battle rap. That's why I can't. When people sat there, because I knew the community was gonna hate. I knew the community was gonna hate when the battle first came out. One, because the stream was terrible, because we had DSP attacks. Yeah. And we had people, I think, that were sabotaging the event purposely.
Oh, there's a lot of them motherfuckers
out
here.
Oh, absolutely. Looking back at it now, man.
Yes, sir.
We put more money into that event than a lot of people know. Lost it all. And I think people knew that they could take advantage of us because we didn't necessarily know what was happening.
Right.
But all those people, it will all get taken care of. It will all get handled. And
karma's a motherfucker, bro.
And we're going to, bro, I just told you, I believe I'm going to be a billionaire off of this. I don't care about fighting. I don't care about music. I care about this. The moment I get this to the world and everybody knows why I do things, it's going to look really bad on anybody that was trying to suppress me.
Right.
Do you realize the reason I'm the king of social media, I believe, is because they have to work so hard to suppress something that's so good. They're not suppressing Logan or Jake Paul.
You bring up a great point. So I'm watching it's a couple of weeks ago, I'm watching WWE with my kids.
Yeah.
And my daughter asked, she says, I said, when did they start having advertisers on the ring? I've never seen that before, but I've seen Prime.
Mm-hmm.
So I did my research. I'm like, oh, it's his company. So my daughter tells me at her school, she says, a lot of kids drink it. And she says, I tasted it. And she says, I don't like it. So we go to the store. Me and my family are really big on reading ingredients.
Of course. Have to be nowadays.
We have to, right? Yep. No poisons in the crib. So my daughter tells me, she says, Dad, I don't want to drink that. She says, it's garbage. And so when she looks at Logan Paul, he's garbage.
Uh-huh.
And the thing that switched with me is that these billion-dollar companies, they don't give a fuck what kind of product they put on the mat.
No.
It's all about that dollar.
Yeah.
It's all about fucking that revenue.
Yeah.
And it's funny how they will pitch that poison at all costs.
Of course.
And someone coming in like yourself who's educated.
But hear me out. They pitched poison to people 5 years ago. And now the New York Post just came out, or the New York Times just came out, I think it was yesterday, and said, oh, wow, Dr. Fauci lied.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, all these people lied. The New York Times came out and just said that like yesterday. It's getting reported all the day. I saw it on my Twitter feed all the day. So, again,
It's selective. It's selective. That's what it is.
No, here's what's happening. The meek are inheriting the earth. All I wanted to do was give back to battle rap. I got clowned for it. All while they didn't know what I was doing was art. I trolled the greatest troll in battle rap. And I trolled all of battle rap to prove how dope I was. I'm so dope that you had to hate, or you have to hate, based off of what you see. You're not even listening, but the moment that you listen, you go, wow, he's actually saying some shit. Whether it's any of my crazy videos. Why do I do crazy videos on the internet? Why do I wear crazy things?
Yeah.
Because it immediately gets your attention.
Absolutely.
And I don't care. I don't care if you don't hear it the first time. Because if you keep watching it, it's going to hit your subconscious mind.
Absolutely.
And then you're going to go back where now people go, oh, he's a genius. Oh, I'm just ahead. I've always thought I've been ahead of my time, bro. That's why I don't care that this shit has taken 15 years.
Right.
Because when my legacy hits, it's done. No one's going to be able to say anything when I eradicate childhood malnutrition. You listen to my music right now, I don't believe there's a rapper on the planet making better hits consciously than I am.
Your music is very, you got that new record, Ancients, out.
I appreciate
right now.
that.
Yeah, on DSPs. Everybody go stream that. The thing I love about your shit, right, is that you can hit them with that battle rap shit right here and there, but it's about, I'm big on music teaching and pushing things forward, right?
Have to.
Some of the biggest life lessons, me and Grizz talk about this all the time on the show, is like there were certain things in music that I learned through hip hop.
Yeah.
Right? I learned how to put a condom on my dick from Big L.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be my dumb ass in the clinic.
Yeah.
Right?
So it comes with instructions.
Yeah.
Huh?
It comes with instructions.
Absolutely.
The good
It does.
stuff. The
You
good
threw
stuff.
that away.
But there's so this motherfucker, I love you.
Same.
But nah, like if you think about it though, it's just there's certain things in music that can be taught, right? And a lot of the things I want to talk about your docuseries in a sec on Instagram, but your music is really there for people to grab, learn something, and apply it.
You know, there's a hermetic philosophy, there's a hermetic principle, and there's a book that came out that only is given to you when you are supposedly ready to receive it. And it's called the Kabbalion. And the Kabbalion is the 7 hermetic laws of the universe. And when I first read that book, I remember when I was told about it, it will come to you when you're ready. I wasn't ready for that book. I listened to that book and I remember I got so angry because I couldn't understand anything of that book. Now I know it like the back of my hand, and I know all 7 laws like the back of my hand. And I look at it like this. I think like that's my music. I think that when the teacher is ready, when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Yeah.
And a lot of people haven't wanted me to get my flowers because of how I come off, maybe because of my arrogance, maybe because of my confidence, but I know beliefs create. I know states solidify. I know beliefs create and state solidifies. And what you feel over a long period of time is your state. So Kobe Bryant felt like he was the best. Mm-hmm. Michael Jordan felt like he was the best. Anderson Silva felt like he was the best. Tiger Woods felt like he was the best. Mike Tyson thought he was going to murder you when he went in the ring.
Right.
That you could not beat him.
Right.
And now all of these people have solidified and stamped their legacy in the 3D. So when you're talking about the docuseries that I did, I wanted to do something that was all encompassing for the time that we're in now. They literally just released the pyramids. Oh, there's stuff under the pyramids. Stop it. We already knew that. You just want to tell people now. Why? Because in my opinion, they're deflecting from the Israel conflict and everybody noticing that Gaza is a genocide. And, you know, it's all distraction when global mass consciousness is shifting into truth.
See, and that's why the docuseries resonated with me, is because I'm seeing this shit.
Yeah.
Me and Food talk about this shit all the time.
Yeah.
And it becomes a situation where you start to see the shift.
Yeah.
He'll tell me something. A couple weeks later, I hear about it or I see
Bingo.
about it, right? He's in tune with that kind of shit.
Yep.
Not to take away from that, I just want to backtrack just a minute to the
course.
Daylyt battle, right?
Yep.
So I remember when I seen the Daylyt battle and I seen the wardrobe.
Of course.
Threw everybody off.
Yes.
And I'm the type of guy, bro. You know J2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, J2, for those who don't know, is an incredible battle rapper. And he comes from a
LGBTQ community.
I can never remember the name.
Yep.
Cool guy, bro. He was on our Ladies and Gentlemen
Just
card.
throw a bunch of alphabet in there.
And whatever you want to call it. But people were judging J2 based off of that.
Yeah, of
and it
course.
was crazy because when he would spit, I'd be like, this motherfucker.
He can rap.
Yo, he's a problem.
Yeah.
So when I had seen your battle with Daylyt, I seen the comments and people were already saying, and I always say this, man, rest in peace, K Slay, man. We used to always say this shit. People listen with their eyes.
Of course.
And it seemed like during that battle, obviously that doesn't seem, it's actually happened in the battle. You were getting heckled, people was fucking with you. And the battle rap community likes to do that a lot, right?
Oh, I got.
So for you, knowing that you had this content for the battle, knowing that you wanted to speak truth to what you're doing, how did you deal with that?
My third round, I told Daylyt an hour before the battle, I'm like, bro, I'm pulling the red button. He's like, what? Because we talked about this. Me and him were cool. We talked before the battle. We wanted to make sure that was a hit. Why? Because I was trying to put on battle rap. I was giving creators the intellectual property to their shit to hopefully be able to sell to other people, their fans. But what ended up happening even there was the developers never gave us our product.
Motherfuckers, bro.
The developers of the technology that we were trying to create, the Web3 technology, never gave us our product. We paid them everything. They said that they could provide the product.
How did that battle come about? Was that something y'all talked about together that y'all
Well,
wanted
yeah,
to do?
because I hit him up. I hit him up and I said, "You want to get this money? I'm creating a Web3 decentralized platform where content creators are going to be able to own the intellectual property of their stuff and be able to sell it directly to their fans, almost NFT style. Look at Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez made more money than anybody else because he went direct to consumer through Web3, through the blockchain, because he knew he couldn't be fucked with. Right. And why wouldn't you want to own a piece of your favorite content creator's art? It makes sense. NFTs, the blockchain does make sense when you understand it. So I started to get like smart contracts. I was like, man, if we could make our content smart contracts and be able to build a social media platform around that, nobody's going to go to YouTube anymore. Nope. Why would you go to YouTube and watch something that you can't own or monetize? And now it's funny because all these different platforms are gamifying social media. There's an app that's out now that's called The Arena that pretty much, like, I think, capitalized off of maybe what we couldn't, and now they're gamifying social media. The Arena is one, and you can like sell your songs or your art through there. People can buy your token, which is pretty much like your stock on the app. And like, there you go, right? And so I'm partnering with a couple of those guys now, which is cool. But I hit Daylyt and he got it. Daylight's not stupid. Daylight's a businessman. He goes, that's genius. That's the future. He said, you got investors and everything? Yep, I had the investment. I just need to put on my first event. I would love to battle you because I'm known as, the biggest troll in MMA history. You're known as the biggest troll in battle rap. I actually believe I'm one of the top rappers in the world, and I'm going to get my flowers. And he's like, he heard some of my stuff, and he's like, yep, let's do it.
Dope.
He asked me to like send him some music or like rap for him. I rap for him. He's like, yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, let's do
salute
it.
to Daylyt for seeing a vision, because I think he's when we talk about one of the top tier guys in battle rap.
He's the best.
Yeah.
To me, he's the best.
He's got to be.
Nobody's touching Daylyt. And, Daylyt and Rum Nitty just had their face-off. And Daylyt, to me, cooked him even in the face-off because he's saying what's true. Truth will always win. The truth will always win. And he said, everybody sounds the same nowadays. I can turn on a battle from two people that I don't know, and I can see the same setup.
Absolutely.
I can see the same 1, 2, 3, 4 punchline. 1, 2, 3, 4 punchline. Hey, B Magic made that cool. Conceited made that cool.
Right.
Let those legends have that. Come up with your own stuff.
Right. Evolve it.
Evolve.
That's my thing with battle rap. So, shout out to Remy Chrome 23. We have an incredible platform, Battle Rap League, and that was one thing about me getting back into I was talking about this off air, but I came from the Smack DVD era, right? So the battles on the street corner, the Cypher, like you talk about when you was a kid, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, 50 people running around, Jay Mills and Uncasa, they about to battle. And there happens to be a camera there. And you would start to see these battles circulating, right? And then you're like, damn. Then it turns into this bigger culture, right? Mm-hmm. Where they start doing pay-per-views and things like that. And one thing I didn't really understand about kind of the new age of battle rap, right, is what was the draw for the fan to purchase? So I'll give you an example. If King Bau's the biggest troll in MMA, Daylyt's the biggest troll in battle rap.
Bingo.
Boom. There's your selling point.
Bingo. 100%.
And it seems like these.
Can King Bau live up to the hype that he's creating himself?
It's the story. People are gravitated to the story. So when we start cultivating these battles, I'm starting to think of unique ways that we could try to make that selling point, tell that story.
Yeah.
But the skill level isn't on point.
Yeah.
There's some good battle rappers, don't get me wrong.
Of course.
But it's the same formula.
You
know what's funny?
You
You
bring up a really good point with that, because I think that's what's missing in battle rap is that, of course, the troll nature where you guys can really big up the fight, which I love, but also coming together and being like, hey, I see the vision. I see what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Let me put you on. Let me work with you.
Well, yeah, because he wanted to be Daylyt, got it, and he's like, let me be the creative director. Absolutely. You'll put on all the battles from here on out. You and I will talk about how we can make it work and how we can make it pop and how we can make it, how we can shoot it. Ended up happening is I got investors. They saw what happened with the first event. They saw us not get our product. Think they want to invest again?
Yeah, no.
No. So
Battle
I
rap's
got to get
very
it.
hard.
So I got to get it out of the mud.
Yeah.
I'm now not doing anything with anybody outside, because if you can't see the vision long term, or you're not willing to re-up or try again, then I'm just going to put my own money, my own name, like I always do. I put everything on myself, bro. That's who I am. That's what I do. I stand on my shit. So, it's funny. The truth always hits. It's funny how you say the eyes can see. I feel like the eyes hear everything first, right? That's part of the reason I got this tattoo. I got this tattoo and people say, that's an all-seeing eye in a pyramid. Oh, you're Illuminati. Details matter. If you can actually see it's an impossible triangle. What's an impossible triangle? Well, a triangle, that's impossible. It's a fourth dimensional object on the third dimension. And then there's the eye in it. So nuance matters.
Right.
That means, to me, I hold the light within me and I will speak it fearlessly. That's what it means to me. What it means to somebody else could be completely different.
Absolutely.
But when you have the eyes to see the nuance, it all matters. And what's crazy is now people are, well, even when the battle came out, they said, wow, King Bau's third was epic. King Bau was saying some shit in the third.
I remember seeing
King Bau had a classic third. But now people are going back and listening to the battle and being like, no, King Bau was rapping the entire time. I just couldn't hear it because I was distracted by the antics.
Yep.
That's exactly what I wanted, bro. Yep. If you listen to music from 10 years ago, I could show you some stuff from 10 years ago and you'd be like, wait, this is 10 years old? That's what I always wanted. I always knew that timelessness and longevity and quality mattered.
I love that. That's why me and Papoose have been doing music for so long, is because he thinks the same way. The law libraries he put out 20 years ago, we get letters from people saying, yo, this law library 4 or 5 helped me beat my case.
Bingo.
Right? The longevity of the music, you saying something.
Yes.
It stands the test of time.
Always.
People don't catch that. You know what
even
I mean?
Even quality in mixing, because like 20 years ago, mixing and audio engineering isn't what it is today. And I'm blessed and fortunate that my audio engineer, Casey Golden, he owns Good Look Studios up in Northeast Minneapolis. He actually used to rap with the Black Eyed Peas. The Black Eyed Peas are all on his first album. He got signed from MySpace because he blew up on MySpace, and then the Black Eyed Peas signed him, and then he was under them. He was supposed to be the next. He was supposed to be like the next Eminem in his own right. I think he's technically incredible. Like if you go listen to his old projects, he's phenomenal. But he didn't want to be the PG version of Eminem. The labels were trying to make him what he didn't want to be. He's a spitter. No, he's a spitter, bro. Like he can rap. And, he grew up, battling Idea.
Wow, really?
Rapping with Idea. Wow. You know what I mean? The Rhyme Sayers. Okay. He's friends with Atmosphere and all those guys. You know what I mean? Like, that's the Minnesota. He's part of that old Minnesota crew. And what he ended up doing was he learned from their Grammy Award-winning audio engineer, Prince Spoor, and just knew that when he was going to exit, he's like, I see where music is going, and the longevity is going to be behind the boards. The longevity is going to be behind cultivating a sound. Look at Jason Joshua. Jason Joshua, selling plugins now like the God Particle, where crazy. All these engineers, including myself, are just like, yeah, put that on the master bus, and then let's start mixing through that. because that was the next wave.
Yep.
Now all these audio engineers are popping out of nowhere, and everybody's looking for the next sound.
Yep.
Jason Joshua was the sound of 2010 to now. He's the reason behind Chris Brown. He's the reason behind Bad Baby, who blew up in Latin America. But somebody had to make the sound. Kanye West is Kanye West, in my opinion, because he cultivated a new sound. Bro, I have been focused on making a new sound for 12 years. Now I don't even have to focus on it. Now it's subconscious. Now when you listen to my music, you hear that it doesn't sound like anybody else.
Right. It's different.
Bingo.
It's mad different. And that's what always catches the ear, right? Is that, what was the thing we was talking about a couple of weeks ago where it was like you hear a record or you hear a sound and you immediately gravitate to it. There's a record on Kendrick's album. I don't know who did the beat, but there's this drum pattern in there what catches your ear. You're like, what the fuck? I never heard of that shit before. Before I forget, the face-off with you and Daylyt.
Yeah.
People crown that as like one of the best face-offs ever.
I'm the king of battle rap.
Yo, I've never seen anybody talk to Cassidy like that.
I'm the king. Hear me out, because nobody can. Nobody could but me. Hear me out.
Yeah.
I told you, Escanor, 7 Deadly Sins, the pride of sin, bro. The pride of sin.
Yeah.
Look, first off, I know I can out-rap Cassidy. I know technically there's not anything that boy can do with me. I know I wrote a song that took me 2 years to write, from 8th grade to 10th grade, called Don't You Ever, that I'm about to put out. It's going to break the internet. It's going to break hip-hop. Hip-hop is going to go look back at that. This song is, over 15, 20 years old? I'll put it out now and it will sound new. Cassidy hasn't wrote anything like that. I'm confident because of what I have done, and I know my skill level. So when he's sitting here trying to talk to me after I pay him to be there, and he's trying to get his shot, I get it, but that's why I paid him to be there. I know exactly what I'm up against, you know? And
Cass is a beast, man.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I want to show I want to be the most entertaining person on the planet. So to do that, for me, I have to feel like I have to be the top battle rapper. I have to be the top fighter. I have to be the top producer. I don't think anybody, I smoke Kanye. Hey, Kanye, I smoke you in beat making. Not even close.
I want to ask you about Kanye too.
Yeah, of course.
Because I see
All he said was true.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, it's not
No,
close.
I'm just kidding.
everything.
It's not close. Hey,
No.
I'm gonna play you. I'll play you something after this, and you'll say, and you'll hear it, and you'll be like,
Yeah.
"That was crazy."
Yeah.
And tell me what's harder than that. Tell me what's harder than what I'll play you after this that Kanye has. I don't think that there's a fucking song that he has that will be harder than what I play you.
I think it's crazy, the whole story. I mean, all of this came about from semi-racist Mexicans. This is kind of wonderful. I think this is like a true testament to just allowing stereotypes to manifest, I think. I'm not sure. I don't
know either, but
I mean, semi-racist Mexicans is what brought this whole thing to be.
For Kanye,
You know, I mean, well,
No, because they called him out in the battle.
They called him out.
So he started
Right.
honing his craft and
And then
you
he
know,
got
learning
to
how to.
honing
You
the
want to know what's
craft
crazy? I
and
forgot to
going
tell
through
that.
this whole
I forgot
thing.
to tell that part of the story. Thank you. I didn't know where you were going with that. I thought you meant like this podcast. But
No. You was up on the Cypher.
I didn't know he was going with that.
No sock having
it's
ass
funny,
motherfucker.
So what's crazy about that is I talked about this in the Daylyt battle.
Yes, I remember you.
A few years go by, I'm in college, and I do this performance. Guess who opened or who had to go before me?
The dude that called you out.
The three of them.
Oh, bro.
They
I
were
was
all
gonna
still-
ask you if you.
Bro,
I was
they
like,
were all still rapping
Dang.
together, and I had one of the main slots, and they opened for me. Wow,
That's
I'm
fire.
Never gonna forget that. That was my first.
Is that the redemption?
That was my first, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And even 10 years ago, 12 years ago, when I was doing music, people wanted me to wrestle. Just even now, my coaches, they want me to fight. They don't want me to focus on
Yeah,
this music
of
shit.
course,
They want me to fight.
of course.
My coaches, even then, and everybody around me, Joel, are you sure you want to do the music thing? Are you sure? And I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
I know how dope I am. It might take the world a while to fucking figure it out.
Right.
But that's because I'm not easy to like. I know that. I feed that. I love
Yeah,
that because when you get to know me, There ain't nobody that's close to me that don't love me for me, authentically me, and because they know I'm a ride or die.
Right.
I have the same best friends from kindergarten.
That's a testament, man.
You understand?
I ain't got no shit, man.
I have the same best friends that I used to ride bikes with around town.
That's dope.
Why? Because my word matters.
Right.
And I always said that when I made it, they would be with me. And that's how it is.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
That's how it is with me, bro.
Who's on? I want to hit us topics on your docu-series before we get out of here.
Yeah.
Real quick, off top, it might get you in a little bit of controversy, but I know you for the smoke. Who's on your shit list for battle rap? If you had 5 people you want to battle
Twork.
in the next 2 years.
New Jersey Twork.
Okay.
He
Twork.
is currently outside of Daylyt, he is my GOAT for like the new school. And
Twork is crazy.
And people don't know, like, so in my battle, a lot of people probably don't understand what I was doing, but I was setting up the stage for future battles. And so I have a song on my first album that came out called Monotheism. And it paints the picture of King Bau and what I was ultimately trying to create, which was my own universe. The whole album is me rapping from the perspective of God. Not only did I create all of the beats, so I am literally creating my own universe of sound, but I am rapping from the perspective of God. So in Monotheism, I kind of bring together the idea of say it in a whisper voice. Joel say it in a whisper voice bombing. Yo, when my name in your mouth, whisper it, because you ain't worthy to say it aloud. Monotheism goes, angels speak in whispers as they lay on the clouds. Show my true form, it's time to play on the ground. Ay, when my name in your mouth, whisper it, because you ain't worthy to say it aloud. That's why the battle for Daylyt was for God tier.
Okay.
My fans knew exactly what was happening, and they get it, and they understood. Battle rap is still catching up with King Bau, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah. It takes him a while to catch up.
Bingo. So before every round, what was the premise? If you go back now and you watch the battle, and I say, angels speaking, that was my madness. That was my showtime. That was my Hulk up moment. That's why I started to go crazy. And in a small room, that would have been way different. Big stage, not a lot of people in the crowd. That shit doesn't necessarily hit. But small room, that would have went crazy. The energy alone people couldn't deny, especially when you then listen to the bars. But if you don't understand the concept,
right,
or you didn't even know that I was rapping from the perspective of God,
right,
then you look back at that battle and you're like, what is this dude doing?
That's a lot of the comments was stuff. Like I knew for a while after the battle, I didn't see it when it first dropped. I seen it afterwards, but I seen a lot of people in the comments
They don't get
just
it.
off a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
They don't understand it. And I don't fully, like, that's the beauty about hip-hop. I might hear it once, twice.
You're not going to get it.
I'm going to keep going
You've
until
never
I
heard
figure it
Bau
out.
Man. You've never heard the first album. My first album from 2016 got songs from 2012 on it. I don't think people are out rapping me in 2012. Go listen to my song Gopher Stars. It's on my YouTube. I don't think people are out rapping me from my rebuttal against the NCAA. Gopher Stars was my NCAA rebuttal. All my life, all I've known is Gopher Stars. And my pursuit for that, it might help others go for stars. Attracting all this fame like I go for stars, even though I was never one of those Gopher Stars. I walked away from the University of Minnesota, the Golden Gophers, to pursue my likeness. Because someday I knew I would make all the money off of it.
Right.
That was in 2012 I said that. Bow, man, don't you hear the name of a king? Long as my name in your mouth, it keeps making me things. 2012. Nobody, I feel like nobody's been out rapping me. I've been battle rapping on every song for the last 15 years. If you go listen to them.
So Twork's your
Twork is
number
like
one.
because nobody actually knows my full potential in this. Some people say I won against Daylyt 2-1. He was saying that after the battle. Respectfully.
Wow.
I think there was a little troll to it, but I also think there was some truth to it because if you listen to his rounds, all of his rounds got cut short. And if you were to compare it bar for bar on a piece of paper and his second and third got cut short, I think I won. I stand on that. I would love to battle him again and him take me seriously.
Yeah.
I would love to do it again. But in the meantime, Twork, Solo, all the people that are the unbeatables,
Okay.
Cassidy.
Cassidy. Okay.
I want to rap against them because if I can stand next to Twork and perform with Twork and show you that my pen is actually crazy. I said this in 144,000. I have a song called 144,000. We're bringing the 5D in with our music. And I said, going through the rough, let me, I have to hear it now. 144,000. This is when I have to do this shit. This is when the truth will miss. When you live a lie, only truth exists. Only question I have is if you die, would you be missed? It don't matter who you fuck. What was the soul of who you did? Rough goes through the. Long story short, it's a rough bar. Go listen to 144,000. I'm not even gonna think of it right now. It's I say rough, but it's going through, and people don't even like. I don't even think they caught the intricacy of it. Like there's so many hidden gems in like my music as far as like bar for bar. I don't think people have been fucking with me for a long time. But it's coded through maybe like spiritual music or anthems or hits. Yeah. So like you never know. But if you actually write it down and you be like, wow. And I know for a fact nobody gets that bar. I know for a fact. The rough in the end is what you strive through. I said the rough in the end is what you strive through. What does that mean? Well, what's at the end of through? Rough. Mm-hmm. That was 6 years ago.
And that's the thing is I think that's the beauty about being an MC, right? Is you're able to take those intricacies and apply them in rhyme form.
And make hits.
Make thought-provoking music. And that's what you do, man. And I think for me, I salute you because it's easy to go that other route, right? Yeah. Of just the battle rap or the
I could have been signed, bro. Shit. I could have been signed by a label that wanted 80% of my publishing.
Yeah. What the fuck is that?
80% of my publishing, and now people sign slave deals with Smack.
It's insane, man.
I think anybody can get a deal as long as you wear a dress and purse on
or bend over at the desk.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fuck shit going on in the industry.
I mean, Diddy didn't have 1,000 bottles of baby oil for nothing.
Also, no. Hey, also there isn't a more fire freestyle than my two freestyles, 2025 freestyle and fuck your favorite rapper freestyle this year. Somebody has to try to beat those freestyles. Hey man, they can't.
If y'all tuned in, man, y'all know King Bau coming for the spot, man.
Also 505. Also 505. I have a song called Desperados with my group The Undeniables. Desperados, The Undeniables. It is the 505 anthem. Unlike some people here, I'm trying to put on this city and try to show respect and homage. And there's not a bigger song that will ever come out of New Mexico called Desperados. Everybody go stream Desperados. I'd actually like to shoot the music video with everybody who's local, who's doing something. This is what I want to do. I want to highlight this city. We want to shoot it this summer. I want to promo for it all from here to the summer. So please, if you'd like to be in the music video after hearing the song, let's make this the #1 song in Albuquerque, and let's make it one of the #1 songs in the nation.
I'm with it. And whatever I could do to help out with that, man. You know what I'm saying? You let me know.
Bro, it's a hit. Watch.
Hey, man.
I speak what I am. I know what I do, bro. Nobody can tell me what I don't do. After you hear Desperados, you haven't heard Desperados yet. After you hear Desperados, watch.
No. Watch and see. Before we get out of here, man, I want to talk about the docuseries real quick because I was watching this shit, man, and I know a few things, but man, you open up to a lot of things in that docuseries of shining the light, as you mentioned, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things in there about the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in there that was, you talked a little bit about the Barron Trump thing. Mm-hmm. When you do these videos, right, of these different topics, right, what inspires you to make these videos of that caliber? And I guess outside of that, you're not scared to be shadow banned, right? So at the end of the day, you're doing it for
my hate and love for humanity.
Yeah.
That's if really I don't do that video, I become like Bill Gates, and I want everybody to go. Mm-hmm. I'm fine with either being chaos or light. I'd rather be light.
I feel that.
I'd rather help as many people as I can. This grounds me. The idea of saving children grounds me so that I don't go dark. I could have went dark. I could be the biggest artist in Hollywood right now. I know that I got hits that I'm sitting on from years ago that I could have put out that would have taken over the club. I just didn't want to put them out. Why? Because it didn't sit right with my soul, and I knew what I was putting out into the ether. I could play you a song called Empath, and you would hear that song today, and you would go, where? The wordplay, the bars, the intricacy, but not only that, the beat. You hear it? Everybody's twerking in the club. I got a song that I made called Make 'Em Spend It. It will be the OnlyFans anthem. Anthem.
That's crazy.
I could send that to Bad Baby right now. Or Bad Baby, is that the...
Shout out to the OnlyFans mom.
Bad Bunny?
No, Bad Baby.
Oh,
Bad
girl.
Baby.
Oh, girl.
Catch me outside.
Catch me outside.
I could send
About
that.
that. Hey,
I
yo,
could,
shout
bro,
out to that shit.
I'll play it to you.
What a
I'll
badass.
show you it. It's a demo from... Bro, that would have went crazy.
Nuts.
I just chose not to
But
release
see,
it.
that's the dope thing though, is that you know that what you're doing is bigger than yourself.
Facts. Yeah.
So I saw this UFO thing, man. I know you got a lot of information on that, right? On your channel. I am fascinated by that shit, bro. What the fuck do you think this is? Is it our shit that our government's fucking with us?
Yes, of course,
Or
because
is this
they've been
some
working-
other shit from another planet and
No, they've
coming
been working
from the ground?
No,
and-
first off, space is fake. Everything. This is the realm.
100, I agree with
This is the realm. So remember that little the little geo that I showed where it was like created with a bunch of different like elements. And in the docuseries, like it had a whole bunch of different dimensions that you could see into it.
It was like it was like that.
Bingo, 100%. Yes.
And you see,
and
what
you
the
see
fuck
all
was
the
that?
y'all see the dimensions. I feel like that's a metaphor for this plane. I feel like this is a plane of existence. They say that these beings are interdimensional. They say that these vehicles are interdimensional. Well, what would that mean? That means it can come and go out of what we see, right? What else can do that? Light. Light can come and go out of what you see, right? So I feel like these interdimensional vehicles or entities, our government's definitely been working with for years.
Yeah.
They just put out the pyramids having stuff underneath them after they released the JFK files that shows Israel killed JFK as everybody's turning on Israel. Why is that happening? Because they have to follow the script of what's biblical, because they control people through religion. And so Israel has to get turned on in Revelation. Israel has to get turned on in Revelation. And now, meanwhile, all these celebrities are doing, hey, put your white diamonds in the sky as you feel the vibe. Why? For them to release the pyramids to make you question everything, including your religion, including what you believe. Now, nobody can believe anything. Why? Because they've literally stripped your belief away from you. You can't listen to the government. They poisoned you.
Right.
And they told you that it was safe and effective. You can't listen to you can't listen to any of the food companies. Why? Because they're poisoning you. Why are you checking all the labels? All of it is to destroy your faith, because if you can't believe in anything, you can't solidify your own belief in this reality to create anything that can change it.
Right. That's 100. You know, we have a saying in the Arabic community, Muslim community. It says that, you know, the difference between a truth and a lie is 4 fingers. And that's the difference between your ear and your eye.
Fire.
The distance. So what you can see, you can believe. But with this new AI shit,
you can't.
I don't know that Elon Musk selling them Teslars. I'm telling you.
Nah, listen, man, before we get out of here, I encourage everybody, follow King Bau TV on IG. The docu-series you got is dope, man. And thanks for putting that shit together, because throughout the years I hear shit, you know what I'm saying? But for you to deep dive on it and really give people point A to Z is important, I think.
That was the hardest video I've ever done, because I wanted to make it as concise and as short as possible.
Right.
And I've edited that down from like 3 hours.
Yeah, you sped up a few clips and things like that.
I edited it down from 3 hours to an hour and a half. So it is kind of like my mini movie. And I plan on doing another video that like is like a short 15-minute like breakdown of pretty much what I'm saying. But that took me 3 weeks, and that's a long video for me. And I hated my life.
Shocking. There's a lot
I was
of
just me
editing,
transmuting the hate into love for humanity.
Nah, man, that shit is dope. Everybody go check it out. Go check out the battles. I will definitely have you up here again. I need you to kick a freestyle for us. You know what I'm saying? I'll switch it up on you, get you some beats. But
I'll play after we get out of here. I'll play you some stuff. that nobody's heard.
Definitely. Let everybody know where they can find you on socials if they want
King
to hit
Bau
you up.
TV, Instagram, King Bau TV on TikTok. I'm going to try to not get banned this time, and we're going to do it to save kids. So no controversial.
And what's the name of the company again?
Alovea, A-Love-A, ALoveA.com, or go to savekids.life, savekids.life.
Dope. Grizz, where can they find you, man?
That's _Grizzly Instagram.
IG.
That's it.
You getting any hate from the last video?
Nah.
Anybody messing with you
Everybody
at all?
loves me. No.
I know they
blow
love
me
you.
kisses and shit.
The ladies love Grizz, man. I know that.
Hey.
I know that, man.
Hey.
We trying to send all the ladies to Grizz way.
Oh, chill.
That's T-Rab, where can they find you, man?
Shit, that kid, T_Rav. Send me all the smoke.
Yeah, send this motherfucker. I'm done with all y'all. Fool, I know they can't find you anyway. You're like the invisible hand.
They can find me. They can find me at Automotive Bargains LLC. We sell for less. You get the best.
Yes, baby.
That's our motto.
Fire.
Before we leave, I do want to just add, I did mention that racism brought into effect something that was great in your life. Don't go try that shit, please, because we have a lot of people that are bringing out their inner races right now in 2025.
Fuck all that.
Yeah, don't. Just let it happen on its own.
We're humans at the end of the day. We're humans at the end of the day. That's why they're going to pull Project Blue Meme to bring us all together anyways.
That's right.
Okay,
that's
hold on.
And that's why my
Tim, sorry
my
we
house
late.
will have a blue roof.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah,
what
for
the
sure.
fuck?
Blue roof
Okay,
it.
30 seconds to what the fuck is that? I keep seeing that shit.
Project Bluebeam is
That's
where
been
they're going
around
to fake an
forever.
alien invasion or fake a false messiah coming back so that they have one world government. Everything has been pushed for a one world government. So what will end up happening is they'll pull a fake alien invasion and then
Pull like a 9/11 alien invasion type shit.
And then Trump will now be the president forever. Everybody in power will essentially be. We'll all have to unite under a one world banner to fight an outer worldly threat. That's the point. So no matter what, they'll get communism. Everything has been pushed for communism. I mean, imagine having to get a alien vaccine every year. Exactly. You're going to get it regardless if you want to participate.
So these are the government's crafts and all this shit, and they about to do that.
So Stephen Greer, I believe, is controlled op, but Stephen Greer has been talking about this for years. You can go watch Stephen Greer's Unacknowledged.
I think I've seen it before. Yeah,
from 2017. Him talking and whistleblowing, and now he's in the media whistleblowing and doing all these things. But it's all controlled. It's all controlled.
It's all planned.
Yeah, it's all been planned for years.
Yeah. What we gonna do, man?
We're gonna unite and we're gonna get people the fuck out of here, and we're gonna open up our crystalline DNA and ascend to become the 144,000 that take back this realm.
That's what she was
The
talking
X-Men
about.
was a documentary.
God damn, y'all love this dude. I could talk to you for fucking hours, bro.
Appreciate you.
Hey,
bro.
Commission Cypher, Vinny Venom, we here. Hey, please do not forget, like, subscribe, share, follow everybody at the table. We got some more content coming this week. Don't forget, rock the bells every Friday. The Drama Hour. Shout out to my brother Papoose. We live every single week, 9 p.m. East. Shout to LL. Shout to Quincy. Shout to the whole Rock the Bell staff. And that's it, man. Follow me on Instagram, Vinny_Venom. We out here, man. Peace.
The commission.